Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Monster Manual Arts MMA. I do have one thing I have to mention is I did Tregva kind of dirty in the last episode because I kept forgetting that the feat I gave him allows him to deduct his proficiency bonus from any damage he takes. That's bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing. So that's kind of why he went down a little fast. I'll have to try and remember to actually do that this time. But let's go ahead and see how we've leveled our characters. They are all now level 6. The other thing I've done is every time they level now, I'm going to roll on a chart to see what magic items they get, and then I will assign them to the character I think would probably get the most use out of them. In this case, Iran Araneth got a Wand of Webs. Where is that here? Wand of Web, yep, so she can now cast that. For her spells, she did just gain one 3rd level spell, and for that one I gave her Hypnotic Pattern, so a little bit of crowd control on her. And I don't think she got any traits. She's now at 6 sorcery points, so she can start using those quite a bit. She also got Elemental Affinity, so I chose Cold for her just because I made her so pale, because I was kind of going for the angelic Aasimar look. But of course, the result is I'm okay, maybe she's descended from a cold dragon. So as a result, she now has resistance to cold damage, and as a result, whenever she deals damage with a spell that has that type of damage, which she can transmute her spells, so she can certainly do that. She gets to add her charisma modifier to the damage of one damage roll of that spell. So she can do that now. So otherwise, pretty standard, nothing really out of the ordinary for her. I extra out instead of 1 second. There we go. Now for Neville, as soon as he will load. Now for Neville, he really didn't get much of anything. He got expertise in 2 skills, so I gave him Deception and Persuasion this time. Nothing that's really going to necessarily be combat applicable, although there are rules to try and influence the disposition of the enemy. You can use an action to do that, so that's something where he might be able to use Deception for that. I don't really cover that too much on these because that's kind of like on a DM basis. There's no real story behind these encounters, it's just combat. For magic items though, he did gain a Dagger of Venom, and so what this does is this will allow him to essentially use a magical action. Let's see here. So he gains +1 to attack rolls made with this magic weapon. And then he can take a magic action to coat the blade with poison, and then the creature has to make a DC 15 con save, or take 2d10 poison damage and have the poison condition for 1 minute. So that's definitely right up a rogue's alley, so I gave that to him. Now for Neha actually made out pretty well. Because she got a Ring of Acid Resistance that she is now attuned to, in addition to the poison resistance that she gets from her background and abilities and whatnot. So she's now resistant to 2 types of damage, which is actually pretty good. Otherwise, for her spell, her 3rd level spell... Oh, too far. So for her 3rd level spell, I gave her Revivify. Now here's the thing about Revivify, is that is something where you have to have a diamond worth 300 gold points. Now I'm not exactly tracking loot with these guys, so the rule I'm going to use is that she can use Revivify once per encounter, and after that she does not have the necessary materials. As for features and traits, she now has, where is it, War God's Blessing. So, excuse me, she can use an expenditure of her Channel Divinity to cast Shield of Faith or Spiritual Weapon rather than expending a spell slot. and when she does it this way, it doesn't require concentration. So this is actually, I think, is going to be pretty big for her, because I think her big thing is going to be she is going to use her channel divinity out of the gate to do Shield of Faith, because I believe Shield of Faith is a bonus action. Let me just verify that. Shield of Faith, bonus action, yeah. So she can bonus action Shield of Faith, use her primary, although actually no, that wouldn't technically work because that's 2 leveled spells. But she can cast Shield of Faith, use her action to attack, and the next turn bring up the spiritual weapon. And so that's going to help her armor class problem that she's been having lately. But that in between her resistances, I think she's doing pretty well. Again, she was kind of a weird case because with the way I made these characters, it was somewhat random, because again, my philosophy is if the game allows you to do it, it should be a viable option. So you should be able to make a frontliner with a frontline warcaster or war cleric that doesn't take the martial weapons. Now, would you normally do that? Would I recommend that? No. But again, sometimes you get these first time players and they have this idea in their head of what they want, and you have to kind of help them out with it. Trigva the Thunderer, on the other hand, he's actually rather unique because he got another ability score increase because he's a fighter. They get him a little more frequently because they don't have things like spellcasting. So the result is I went ahead and I just took the straight up ability score increase. I didn't give him a feat. So I put his strength up to 20 now. So he is maxed out on strength. He is as strong as he's going to get. And yeah, so at this point I think it's just going to be dumping points into feats that also give him a little constitution, because at this point he can deal the damage. Traits and features, I don't think he got anything. He's at a 3rd use of Second Wind. His psi die, I believe, went up. Yeah, his psi die is at a 68 these days. But yeah, I just have to remember to use that Heavy Armor Master. And I should also remember to use Savage Attacker. Yeah, I gotta remember to use Savage Attacker. Again, it's, players on their own will forget these kind of things a lot. But of course, me, when I'm trying to run 4 players and multiple monsters, it's easy for me to forget this stuff. So I try. But you know what? People are human, and especially at the table, people are human. So players are going to forget sometimes too, and you got to kind of deal with that. Until then, this is our first easy encounter of the day. They're going up against a Performer Maestro and a Performer. So this should indeed be a fairly easy combat. I've already rolled initiative, so let's get to it. Iran Ereneth, she's going to go ahead. I think she's going to go ahead and cast Web. Use her wand and cast Web on the Maestro if she can. So let me see here, because I believe I put that in the description here. So it's a DC save, so it's a flat 13 because it's not her spellcasting, but that's a magic action. So the Maestro is going to have to do a DC 13 Dex save. 27, that is gonna make it. So she wastes that. What does she have for bonus actions? Still in her inventory. For bonus actions, yeah, for bonus actions, she's going to activate her innate sorcery, so her spell save DCs go up by 1, and her attacks of sorcerer spells have advantage. And she's going to also kind of use her. She's going to kind of like take partial cover behind this, so she's going to have like half cover from the Maestro. The Maestro now. Let's see here. So let's see here. Let's do a little measuring. So it's a 20-foot radius. So I imagine with a 20-foot radius. Okay, so he's going to put it like right here. Yeah, and he's going to do his beguiling song. And that is a 15 wisdom saving throw, otherwise they are charmed and take psychic damage. So, wisdom save, 23, that's going to make it. 16, that's just going to make it. Oh, wisdom, here we go. Oh, I did Neville as intelligence. So Trigva's not going to make it, so let's get Neville on the right thing again. 18. Okay, so Trigva is now charmed, so he basically can't do all that much right now. I'm trying to remember how long that lasts. Okay, until the end of the performer's next turn. And let me just check. Hold on, let me get my book. Because I don't have all the effects of the conditions memorized. So I just want to make sure I am running Charmed properly. Charmed. While you have the charm condition, you experience following effects. Can't harm the charmer. You can't attack the charmer or target the charmer with a damaging ability or magical effects. Social advantage, which doesn't work because this isn't a social situation. So basically the only thing that does is Trigva can't target the Maestro. Let's see. I think, was there a bonus action? No, there's no bonus actions there. Okay, Neville Deep Hollow. I think he is going to go ahead. Oh, hold on. I need to go to the token layer. Oh, I see. I see what's going on. Okay. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, so that's 30. And he's going to go ahead and use his poison knife on the Maestro. So bonus action to imbue it with magic, and then it's just a dagger attack with a +1 to everything. 11, that's not going to hit it. But it's still coated with poison for up to 1 minute. But he's going to go ahead and he's going to make a offhand attack now, because he can do that, and he'll do that one with his soul knife. 16, that's also not going to hit. Okay, the performer now really doesn't have much except his short sword, so he's going to come to the Maestro's defense and roll an attack. 17. What is Neville's AC? You'd think I would have these better memorized, but now 15. Okay, so that's going to hit with the short sword. Roll the damage. That's 5 damage on Neville. Oh, I don't know why he doesn't have full health. Oh, and I didn't have Niha give all the temp HP, so well, we'll just ignore it for now. She forgot. It happens. Okay. Niha. What is Niha? Okay, well, first of all, she's going to pop one of her she's going to pop her Shield of Faith with Channel Divinity. So that's going to be a bonus action, so that will give her an extra 2 AC. Her AC's at 18 now. Let's see here. What does she have for cantrips? Let's see. Yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead. She's going to go ahead. And you know, she'll cast that as a 2nd level spell to target 1 additional creature. So whenever they make an attack roll or saving throw before the spell ends, it adds 1d4 to the attack roll or save. So she's going to pop that, and she's going to go ahead and give that to everyone. And then, let's see here, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, so she's concentrating on Bless right now. Trigva. Trigva cannot attack the big guy, but 5, 10, 20, 25. Hard to see the hex grid on here. He can't attack the Maestro, but you know what? He can actually attack the regular performer, so he's going to attack with the flail. 27, that'll hit. Damage 13. I think that might be most of the performer. Oh, no, not quite. Down to 14. But you know what? He also gets extra attack. But what about second attack? 28 critical. Okay, so this guy's gonna pretty much bite that it did. Ooh, 12. You know, he'll add his side eye to that. He'll add I don't think I update, so it's 1d8. I gotta update that. with that, that's definitely enough to take down this guy. Alright, Araneth, she's going to move forward. She's not going to do the webs again. However, she is going to go ahead and do a Frost Sorceress Burst. So that's going to be +7 or +8. So not with the 13. That's still not going to hit. Let's see here. Performer Maestro. He's going to go ahead and do all 3 attacks on Neville. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, they're all going to hit. So 1, 2. So 8 and 5 is 13. 13, 8 is 21, and then the psychic for each of those 27, 37, 37 and 8 is 4. Wait, no, hold on. This seems like a lot here. Did I do this right, or did I put psychic damage on the wrong thing? One moment. I'm going to double check this, because that's a lot of damage for an easy encounter. Let's see. Performer Maestro. Yeah, for each one. Wow, that's that's a lot of damage. That's 45 damage, all towards Neville. Can he survive that? No, he cannot. Gee, that seems like an intentional. I mean, probably because I did it all on one character, but still, that is a lot of damage. I hope I didn't donk anything up. Like the damage is right, the numbers are right, but I'm wondering maybe I picked the wrong character or something. Anyway, Neville DiPaolo gonna roll. Okay, so he's failed one. All right, the performer is long gone. Neha is going to go ahead and just use her Revivify on Neville. So we're going to stabilize him, and he now has 1 HP, and he's back up to fighting shape. Trigva, now no longer limited by the charm, is going to go ahead and second wind to give himself an extra action, and he's going to attack the Maestro 4 times because he has extra attack. So 1, 2, okay, 23 hits, 4 hits, or no, only 23 hits. Okay, so damage, and then he's going to do the side dice. Okay, so that's 10 damage towards the Maestro. Alright, Araneth, she is going to go ahead. You know what? She's going to go ahead and Sorcerer's Burst again, so it's actually a +8. No, that's not going to make it. Jeez. Am I remembering the DC on this guy wrong? 18. Oh, I X'd him out. Dang it. No, AC of 18. Jeez, that is not going well. So yeah, Sorcerer's Burst miss, Performer Maestro. Yeah, I think he's gonna lay all 3 on Trigva there. Oh, goody, a critical. Okay, 15 ain't gonna make it. Oh, 2 criticals, that's not gonna be good. So 14 crit damage, 19. So let's see here. So that's actually going to be a little less, because that's 16, and then he has a proficiency of 3, so that's 13 and 16, so that's 29 damage. God, and that's just the physical damage. Okay, and now we have to roll the psychic damage part of those two. So another 17. Alright. So let's see here. Neville's going to attack with advantage because he has an ally next to it. 9. 16. That's actually not going to hit. Then we'll go ahead and do with the offhand. 12. Not going to hit. Jeez. Man, this is either just really bad luck or did I screw something up with this? Okay, Neha, she is going to cast Spiritual Weapon. Oh wait, I've been forgetting to add the D4s to them. Okay, so that means Soul Blade is gonna hit, and that means the offhand plus. Oh wait, no, it's gotta roll the 1d4. All right, 2. So Soul Knife Blade is gonna do an extra. Oh wait, no, Soul Knife Blade is gonna hit, and then it's gonna roll damage. So that's 5, and then even if I get a 4 on that one, it's not gonna hit. So Maestro takes 5 damage. Okay, now Neha is going to cast Spiritual Weapon, which I can't remember what level spell that is. Spiritual Weapon, okay. So she's going to cast that. We're just going to say it's right here next to Trigva. Oh, dang it all. Oh, right, I want this. Okay. And she's going to use her... Yeah, she's gonna drop Bless. That's on me. Oh yeah, you know what? Actually, yeah, let's do a 3rd spell slot to up that damage. So she's gonna cast that. Don't know why. Okay. Anyway, it's a 22 to hit, and so it's 1d8 plus another d8. So that's 16 damage on the Maestro. That's going to be 85 minus 6 is 79. Okay, now we're talking here. So Trigva, it's going to go ahead and double attack. 18 is going to hit. 15 is not going to hit. So let's roll. And you know, he's going to go ahead and add the 1d8 psychic damage. I think he only has 1 left after that. So 2, so that's 14 damage on the Maestro. So it's going to be 65. Alright. You know what? Aran's going to go ahead and do a 3rd level magic missile. So that's going to be 5 bolts. 1, 2, 3... So that's 8 and 11, 4, it's going to be 13, and 5. Wait, hold on a second. Don't make me math. So 4 and 4 is 8. 8 and 3 is 11. 11 and 2 is 13. 13 and 4 is 17. So 17 damage on the Maestro. So that's 55. Minus 7 is 48. Alright, Performer Maestro. Yeah, geez, he's just a monster. I'm actually a little bit surprised. I'm gonna check after I'm done with this. I'm wondering if I maybe miscalculated the XP, the experience budget on this. So 20 is gonna hit, 21 is gonna hit, and 24, so they're all going to hit Trigva. I have a feeling that with this he's going to go down hard. Yeah, I think that's like all of his health even before that. Yep, Trigva's gone. He's down. And actually, honestly, that was so bad. I think he gets 2 failed death saves right away, because he gets hit once, that's going to bring him down, and then he gets hit 2 more times. Okay, jeez. Okay, Neville Deephaul. You know what? Neville Deephaul is going to try and attack with his Venom Knife again, so that's going to be and oh, 24, that's going to hit. So the damage is the regular damage, and then plus 1 damage because it's a magic weapon, that's 10, and then it's 2d10 poison damage. So 9 and 17 is 26 damage. So that's going to be 22. And he is now poisoned, which, if memory serves, is just disadvantage on attack and saves. Neha, okay. Neha is going to go ahead and... yeah, she's right next to Trigger, so she's going to Cure Wounds him. Let's see, I think that can be upcast, can't it? Oh, come on. Okay, Cure Wounds. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was an upcast rule to it. Yeah, so an extra 1d8. So she's going to go ahead and use a 2nd level spell slot, so... so 2d8 plus 4. Oh, it didn't add the d8. Hold on. Okay. So Trigva's now back up and he has 17 health. Okay, there we go. Trigva now gonna go ahead and keep swinging, I guess. So 19, 23 are both gonna hit. Damage for 1 is 12. Damage for 2 is also 12. So that's 24. I think that's most of his HP. Yep, that's the last of it, and that's it. That's the win. Gonna be honest, that one was not that easy, mostly because that Maestro hits like a truck. So yeah, I'm gonna, yeah, give me one moment. I'm gonna see if I can figure out if I just screwed up the XP calculation on this. Okay, so level 6 easy encounters should be 600 per character. So we got 4 characters, that's 6 and 6 is 12. 12 times 2 is 2400. Yeah, and the Performer Maestro is 2300, and the Performer is 100. So this should have been an easy encounter. Maybe it was just luck, but to me that just didn't seem easy. Like, the fact that the Performer can just like nail any of these characters 3 times in a row and basically wipe out all or most of their HP, that's a little worrying to me. And I don't know if it's just because I went with the Maestro or what. Like, the only other thing I can think of is if by this point maybe the characters need better armor. I'll look into that and see if like maybe about giving like Trigva and Neville upgrades, because they shouldn't be dying in one hit on an easy encounter or near dying. Yeah, I don't know what to make of this one. I haven't had an easy one go this badly. But anyway, I'll go ahead, I'll prep the next one, and I'll see you guys there. Alright, and here we are in our next encounter. This time I remembered to have Neha give her inspiring speech, so everyone has 10 HP to their name, or 10 temporary HP to their name. I've already done the initiative. We have a Hobgoblin Warrior and a T-Rex, because again, like, why not have dinosaurs in your game? So let's go ahead and get to the action here. Hobgoblin Warrior, not much to him. I think he's going to go ahead and do a longbow attack against Trigva and then charge forward. 10 is not going to hit. Then we'll have move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Okay, so he's not moving very far. Iran Araneth, on the other hand, she's going to go ahead and burn her innate sorcery again. And let's see, that's her bonus action. And she's going to go ahead and Sorcerer's Burst this T-Rex, and she'll do cold damage. 19, that's definitely going to hit, so it's going to be 1d8, and then it's her... Oh, actually, with the Sorcerer's Burst, hold on, because I believe if you roll a d8 on the Sorcerer's Burst, you get to roll additional damage. So spells, Sorcerer's Burst. Okay, show me what I have. When you roll an 8 on a d8 for the spell, you can roll another d8 and add it to the damage. When you cast a spell, the maximum number of d8s you can add to the spell's damage equals your spellcasting modifier. Okay, so she can actually roll that damage again. And that's going to be a 10. Oh wait, no, that's the attack. Okay, so it's a 3, so it's 11. But because it's cold damage, she can add her her charisma modifier to it. So it's 11 plus 4 is 15 damage to the T-Rex, which is quite a bit. So that's going to be 121. Okay, Neville Deep Hollow. I think he's going to try and like sneak his way this way. And he's going to go ahead and try and use his poison dagger. He should have a better time with it because the T-Rex doesn't have as high HP. So it's going to be an additional 1 to attack. 27, that's definitely going to hit. So it's 1d5 and then 2d10 poison damage. So that's going to be another 6. And that's 13. And yep, 13, and then it has the poison condition. So let's see here. That's going to be 18108 if my math is right. Which it probably isn't. I am terrible at math. Trigva, he's going to go ahead. I think he's going to go ahead and... No, he's just going to do a regular double attack. So 24, 27, those are both definitely going to hit. So that's 11 damage. And then 12 damage is 23. I think that's everything for the Hobgoblin. Yeah, that Hobgoblin does not have much in the way of actual health. And then, let's see here. I'm trying to remember how this trait works. Yeah, it's a bonus action. So, you know, he's going to go ahead and large form and turn himself into a big boy. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Disable grid snapping. There we go. Because when you're on a hex grid, it doesn't exactly align. So he gains an extra 40 feet of move speed. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Alright, so he's going to be right up there in the T-Rex's face. He's not as big as the T-Rex, but at the same time, he should be able to do some damage. Okay. So the T-Rex can do 1 bite and 1 tail attack. So it's going to go ahead and try and bite Trigva. 14, that's not going to make it. And then he'll tail attack Neville. 23, that is going to hit. How much damage? Tail damage 30. Oh yeah, 48 plus 7. That's... Oh, but you know what? Hold on. Doesn't Neville have Uncanny Dodge? Hold on. All these things I have to remember. Uncanny Dodge. When an attacker you can see hit you with a roll, you can take a reaction. Yeah, he's going to take a reaction. He's going to have that. So he's only going to take 15 damage. Probably should have used that in the last one. I want to forget to take it out of the temp HP. Oh well, we'll fix that later. Alright. So now Niha. Channel Divinity, Shield of Faith. So she's going to go ahead and pop that. As for bonus actions... Oh, wait, no, as for main actions... Let's see here. Poison Spray is a cantrip. So you know what? Yeah, she's going to go ahead and get up close. And she's going to Poison Spray that thing. 13, that's going to make it. That's its AC. So that's 9 damage, and it, of course, is already poisoned. Oh, what am I doing? That's not what I want. Of course, I just realized I didn't give him disadvantage on his attacks, so there's that. But he's down to 99. Okay. Hobgoblin Warrior is gone. Erineth, she's going to go ahead and kind of keep her space here, but she's going to go ahead and do another Sorcerer's Burst of Cold. So Sorcerer's Burst attack. 15, roll that damage. 7, okay, not a D8, but she can also add her charisma to it, so that's 11 damage on the T-Rex. Alright, Neville DiPaolo, he's going to go ahead and do his Soul Knife Blade with advantage, so okay, so I think the critical is going to be the one that wins, so go ahead and roll the crit damage for that. And then, of course, he can attack with his offhand, so that's 11. So that's going to be 24 plus... yeah, just 24. I'm getting him confused with Trigva. So 24 is going to bring it down to 64. Okay, Trigva, now he's going to Action Surge. Combat, please. Thank you. So, double attack for action 1. Both of those is going to hit. Double attack for action 2. Those are all going to hit. So, we have 4 damages. 1, 2, 3. So, that's 26 and 37. And then, you know what? Let's go ahead and just roll that 3D or that 1d8 side damage to it. So, hold on, what was it? 26, 37, and then 8 is 45 damage. So let's see here. So 4 is going to be 24. So that's, yeah, that's down to 19. Okay, T-Rex is going to try and bite Trigva again. He has to do it with disadvantage because he's still poisoned. Okay, the critical is gonna hit. Let's roll that crit damage. So that, ooh, jeez, okay. Oh, but it's piercing, so Trigva gets to go blunted by 3. Oh my god, Trigva. Okay, so Trigva is dead. Alright, and then he also gets to make another tail attack on Neville. 12, that's not going to hit Neville. And he has disadvantage, so he misses one, he misses both. Okay, Neha is going to cast her spiritual weapon right next to her, and she's going to, well, let's start with the fact that she's going to attack with her mace. 22, that's going to hit. That's 5 damage, and then the spiritual weapon is going to make an attack. Oh, just cast it. Okay, because it doesn't actually matter. So it's going to be 22 and then 1d8. So that's 15 damage on the T-Rex. Okay, so this guy is not really surviving that well. Okay, and then you know what? Around Aeronith is smart. She's just going to cast Magic Missile level 1. It automatically hits. That's the end of the T-Rex. Okay, so yeah, this seems like a very big reversal. That easy encounter was actually rather difficult, and the T-Rex encounter, while probably more dangerous, wasn't exactly that hard, mostly because of action economy, especially with Trigva being able to, you know, get off his 4 attacks off on the T-Rex, and the T-Rex not having a huge AC. But at the same time, you can see how it's a double-edged sword, because one bite attack, that crit from the T-Rex bite, that was just the end for Trigva. So again, interesting results, not necessarily game-breaking, but I'll see you in the next encounter. Alright, and for our hard encounter, we have a bit of a busy map here, because when you look at the experience that each of the creatures gives, it doesn't usually match up very well to like the actual expenditure calculation. So like sometimes the calculation is like, oh, you need something that's like 3,000, and then a lot of the creatures you find are like 2,700 or like 3,300 or something like that. So in this case, the Fire Giant is our main big bad here, and then we have a few little minions to kind of balance things out. But yeah, let's go ahead and see what we can do for this one. The Fire Giant is going to lead. He's going to go ahead and do a hammer throw right at Trygve. 21, that is going to hit Trygve, so he gets 3d10 plus 7 plus fire damage. I think Trygve just went down. So that's 47 altogether. Alright, so let's see here. So his 10 goes away. So really by the time, but then he can reduce that bludgeoning. So 37 minus 3, so that's going to be 34 damage. So he survives that, albeit just barely. Oh, and then you know what? He's going to take his reaction. He's going to use his protective field for his reaction. So let's roll 1d8 and see if we can mitigate more of that. Okay, so let's recoup 6 of that here. 1, 2. Alright, so that's Trygve's reaction. Neville, he is gonna go right here. And he is not going to use his Poison Blade, not on a Grimlock, but he will use his Soul Knife. 13, I think that hits, and 25 will hit. What's the AC on this guy again? Oh yeah, so that's gonna hit. So let's roll the double damage. So that's 5, and that's 2. Oh, and then sneak attack damage. That's what I was forgetting to add. I was forgetting to add sneak attack damage. So that's 9. So this guy is pretty much on his last legs. Okay, the Berserker here is gonna come up to flank. And let's go ahead, he'll just do his Great Axe on Niha. 8 is not gonna hit Niha. The result is this guy's really strong, but these guys are all actually fairly weak. So the Grimlock is going to go ahead and use his Bone Cudgel on Neville. With a 21, that's going to hit, so it is 8 damage and 5 psychic damage. So Neville, hold on, his uncanny dodge, I think that's only with regular damage, right? Okay, so I'm just going to say halves all of that, so he's going to save 6 damage of that, because 8 and 5 is 13, yeah, so, oh, why did I get rid of that? So he's only taking 7 damage, so he actually still has 3 temp HP. The Grimlock is definitely the weakest of them. So Aran Araneth, she is actually going to go ahead and level 3 Magic Missile, and she's going to go ahead, so it's going to be 5, so she's going to do 1 towards the Grimlock, and then 2 to each of these guys. So let's go ahead. So the Grimlock, where's my Magic Missile? So Grimlock, 4 damage, Grimlock's dead. 2 towards the other guy is 6, and 2 towards the other guy. So one takes 6, the other takes 8. Okay, so you take 6 damage, bringing you down to 26. And then you take 8 damage, bringing you down to 59. Alright, Trygve the Thunderer. So you know what? First we're gonna make sure he's not gonna clip on anything. So disable grid snapping. He's gonna use his bonus action to enlarge himself. So he's going to kind of occupy this space here. And then he's going to go ahead and just do his regular double attack on the Tough. Actually, wait. Oh, wait, hold on. His second wind is a bonus action. Dang it, I should have made him second wind. Oh, well, you know what? Sometimes players make mistakes, and sometimes so do I, quite frequently. So 12 and 24. The AC on this guy is 12, so those are both going to hit. So damage 1, 11, damage 2, 10, so that's 21 damage. That is pretty much most of his health bar. Okay, the Tough is going to go ahead and take a swing at Trygve with his mace. 17, that's not going to hit Trygve. Trygve is very tough. Alright, Niha Niha is actually going to cure wounds Trigva because she just saw Trigva run in. Let's see, so it's going to be, let's see here. Let's do a second level spell slot, so it'll be 3d8. So slash roll 3d8. So it's 17 plus 4, so Trigva gets 21 health back. There we go. Okay. Crisis averted. But now back to the fire giant. He's definitely going to be taking an aim at Trigva now, so he's going to do his flame sword. 17, that's not going to hit Trigva. Again, Trigva's AC is still pretty high, all things considered. Yeah, 19 AC. And he doesn't even have like the best armor in the game, technically. Alright, so he misses. Actually, does the fire giant have multi-attack? Oh yeah, so he can do his second attack. 24, that one will hit Trigva. So 17, 22, and 17, so that's 32, so that's 39 damage. Trigva's gonna roll one of his D8 side eye to reduce that by 7, and then he takes another 3 less from the slashing damage, so that's 10. So that goes from 39 to 29 damage. Let's see, Trigva. Oh, don't want to heal it, want to take it away. Okay, let's see here. Oh, Neville. Okay, so Neville's gonna come up. Trigva's technically next to him, so that does give him advantage. So he is going to go to his combat tab to start with. Alright, so Soul Knife Blade with advantage. 1, 2, 14, 16 are both going to hit, so that's going to be 7 damage. That's the end of that one. Yet he is completely dead. And then you know what? He's going to go ahead and move up, and he's just going to do his offhand on the... Where is he? Okay, I'm being both blind and stupid today. And then I'll do the offhand on the giant. 10 is not going to hit because this guy has pretty high, yeah, 18 AC. Alright, so that was Neville. The Berserker is going to take another swing at Niha. 24, that's going to hit her even with her Shield of Faith. 6 damage. Oh, actually, hold on. She has temp HP. Alright. The Grimlock is gone. So, Aron Araneth is going to go ahead and Sorceress Burst that Berserker with cold damage. Fumble. Well, that's just not great. What does she have for bonus actions? You know what? She's going to go ahead. Actually, no, Trigva's right next to her, too. So, she's going to go ahead and bonus action heal. Oh, wait, no, it's a regular action. Oh, you know what? She's going to pop her innate sorcery. That's what she's going to do. So that'll be useful for next time. Tough is gone. Niha going to cast Spiritual Weapon. And she's just going to do it as a regular. So she's going to do... Oh, wait. Attack first. So 13 is not going to... Oh, wait, no. Is 13 going to hit? What's this guy's AC again? Oh, 13 is going to hit, actually. Yeah, so let's go ahead and do the damage for that. So that's going to be 11 spiritual weapon damage. So that's going to be 48. And let's see here. So let me see something here. Because casting spiritual weapon, is that bonus or is that regular action? Yeah, that's a bonus action. And then I know having it attack is just I think it's a free thing you can do. Yeah, you can immediately make the attack. So she still has her actual attack, which she's going to use. 16, and I think, doesn't she also get double attack? Okay, no, she can make a bonus attack with her action. But 16 is going to hit. So that's another 6 damage. Alright. Trygve is going to go ahead and action surge. So he gets 2 actions now. He's going to bonus action second wind. So that's going to give him 6 health to work with. What little that matters. So now he's going to attack twice, which is going to be 4 attacks altogether because he gets double attack. So 22, 11, 27, and 11. So 2 of those hit. So that's 8. So that's 20 damage on the fire giant. Alright. Oh wait, did I? Oh, I think I did them out of order. Oh well. Okay. Fire giant, he's going to keep trying to hit Trygve because that's the danger ant. 27's going to hit, and this is going to be rough. So 21 and 17 is 38 minus 3 because of his feet. So it's going to be 35 damage. I know, yeah, I think he only has like 1 side eye left after this. So 35, so it's going to be 33 damage. Probably not going to matter. Yeah, 33 damage. He's down. Alright, and then he's going to go ahead and use his other, because he gets the multi-attack. This one's going to go towards Neville. That's going to hit, and I have a feeling Neville is not going to handle this well. So 29 and 6 is 35. Half of that is going to be 17. So Neville's going to use his uncanny dodge to take 17 damage. Oh wait, hold on. It's going to be 14 damage because he has 3 temp HP. Or at least he did. Okay, Neville is going to go ahead and attack with his Dagger of Venom, so this will end up being a +9. So 17 and 1 is 18. I think that's going to hit. Yeah, 18 is going to hit. So start by rolling the damage of the dagger. So that's going to be 6. Oh wait, no, his ally's incapacitated. Oh, but he didn't move, so he can still use his sneak attack. So let's do roll 1d6. So 6 plus sneak attack damage of 6 is 12, plus 2d10 poison damage. So that's 12, so that's 12 and 12 is going to be 24 damage. Okay, so that's going to be 118. And now the fire giant has the poison condition, which is good, in my opinion. Okay, this guy's going to swing at Niha again. Critical hit, dang. 9, okay. So, Niha is going to take 9 damage. Well, actually, she's going to take 5 damage because she's got the temp HP. What? How come other times it didn't take the temp HP away when I hit minus? You know what? Let it go. Roll 20 is going to roll 20. Okay. Ron Araneth, you know what? She is going to go ahead and use her magic missile level 3, so that's going to be 5. And she's going to use on the berserker. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 9 and 5 is 14. 14 and 4 is 18. 18 and 2 is 20. So that's 20 damage on the berserker. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Okay, Trygve, start making those saving throws, buddy. Okay, I think, doesn't he, I feel like he has advantage on. Oh wait, no, that was the, I was gonna give him that. There was a feat that gave him advantage on saving throws, and I almost gave that to him, and I'm disappointed that I didn't. Okay. Niha. So let's go ahead and do main weapon attack. So that's 16. I believe that's going to hit the berserker. Yep, that's going to hit the Berserker. So roll that damage. So that's 7. And then Spiritual Weapon is going to attack. Yeah, just cast it. We're not going to. 21, that's going to hit. Roll the damage. So that's 14 damage altogether on the Berserker. So that's going to be 8. Alright. Fire Giant is going to swing at disadvantage with Neville. So 14, 27 is going to hit. So that's 37. Oh wait, no, because Neville already got his reaction back. So that's 37, and we're going to half that again because of Uncanny Dodge. So let's see, 15. So it's going to be 13. No, 14 damage. 14 damage. But that's not all, because the Fire Giant gets to attack twice, so it's going to be Neville again. And 18 is going to hit, and this is probably going to be it, because Neville doesn't have... yeah, without reactions, Neville is just completely gone. Alright. Neville has been downed. Berserker going to keep swinging at Niha. 12, that's not going to make it. Ron Araneth, Sorcerer's Burst. Actually, you know what? She's going to triple level Magic Missile that. She's going to triple level Magic Missile the Fire Giant. So 5 of those. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 7. 7, 4 is 11. 13. 13, 5 is 18 damage on the Fire Giant. Alright, Trigva is down. He's making saving throws. Okay. And then you know what? Niha's going to pop her Revivify. That's her last slot. So Trigva is going to come up and have 1 health left. Not that that's going to help. Alright. Because the Fire Giant's back. And he's going to go for Trigva. Hopefully he misses. 15, yep, that's going to miss. Oh, he misses with both of them. Oh, and he's doing it with disadvantage too, so he definitely whiffed. Neville DiPaolo, roll them saves. That's a failure. Berserker swinging at Niha. 8, not going to make it. Ron Araneth, you know what, she's going to start Sorcerer's... actually, you know what, she's going to Sorcerer's Burst that Berserker. 19, that's going to hit, so... 7 plus the 4 from her Wisdom, because it's going to be cold damage. It's going to be 11, and I'm pretty sure, yep, Berserker is down. Alright, Trigva. He's going to go ahead and do another bonus action, Second Wind, to try and get 9 health points back. Alright, and let's see. He already used his Action Surge. Oh, and he's actually not in his anymore. Not that that matters too greatly, but he is back to being a small boy because he went unconscious. Let's see. So he uses Second Wind. He has Tactical Mind, Protective Field. Yeah, I think at this point all he really has is maybe 1 more Second Wind and just swinging away, and both of those are going to miss. Alright, Niha. You know what? Niha, go ahead and you're going to Cure Wounds Trigva. And you know what we're going to use? Yeah, she should have a 3rd level spell slot. So that should be an extra 1d8. So that's going to be 21 points back to Trigva. Okay. Oh, and the Berserker's gone. Fire Giant is going to be back on Trigva, so attack number 1. But actually, you know, it's still poison, so disadvantage. 20 is still going to hit. So let's go ahead and roll that damage, see how bad it is. That is still going to be all of Trigva's damage. Yeah, Trigva is down once again. Oh no, don't stabilize. Come on. Come on. The heck? Okay, roll 20, seriously. Okay. That's why I can't go to -1. I have to go from 1 to roll 20. He's so weird. But of course now that Trig was down, the fire giant is just gonna like stomp over his corpse, and now he's gonna swing at Niha. Also with disadvantage. It's still gonna hit. So that is gonna be 36 damage on Niha. Roll 20. Why are you being so weird today? 36, come on. There we go. Okay, so Niha's on her last legs. Neville's gotta make a saving throw. Okay, so that's one success. Okay, she is going to pop her Celestial Revelation. But what one is she going to pick? Let's see, Inner Radiance. Doesn't want that. Wait, hold on. Okay, she's going to do Necrotic Shroud. Let's see. Creatures other than your allies within 10 feet of you must succeed a Charisma saving throw, DC 8 plus Charisma plus Proficiency, or have Frightened condition. Okay. So within 10 feet. So she's going to move there. She's going to pop that. And what was the DC on it again? So 8 plus Charisma plus Proficiency. So 8 plus 4 is 12. Plus Proficiency is 15. Can the fire giant do that? Oh god, hold on, what kind of throw is it? Charisma. It's Charisma saving throw. Well, it doesn't have great Charisma. But he's going to make it, so he is not frightened. Does it do anything else, or is it just the frightened condition? Yeah, just the frightened condition. It was worth a shot. Okay, so that's her bonus action. For her main action, yeah, Sorcerer's Burst, cold damage. So that's 11. That's not going to hit. There we go. Trigva is not having a good time today. Okay, that's a failure on him. Oh, Niha, what are you going to do? Okay, so let's, you know what, just start with the mace. 20, that's going to hit. 3 damage. Yay. Okay, and then the spiritual weapon is going to make an attack. 15, that's not going to hit, so at least we got 3 damage off. Yeah, this ain't going well. So Fire Giant's gonna go ahead and swing at Niha again. 19's gonna hit, and I have a feeling, yeah, it's gonna be a massive amount of damage. Oh yeah, Niha is completely down now. Okay, Araneth. Let's see what. God. I think she has 1 3rd level spell slot left. I'm kind of bad at tracking the spell slots, but Fireball is not going to do good against a Fire Giant. Ooh. Okay, let's see. Okay, you know what? She's going to go ahead and Hypnotic Pattern. So let's see. That's a DC. What is it again? I thought I had it on here somewhere. Okay, well, you know what? This should be easy. Spell save DC 15. Okay. And what kind of save is it? It is a Wisdom saving throw. Okay. So Fire Giant, give me a Wisdom saving throw. Thankfully, he's not very wise. But an 18 is going to do it. Yeah, that's not going to work very well. So Trigva is going to make another save. He succeeds. Not that it really matters at this point. Niha is going to start making saves. Oh, there we go. I didn't see it pop up on the fails, because Roll20 is being unusually slow. Okay, Fire Giant is now going to swing at Aran Araneth. Yeah, you know, he's just going to step over the bodies. Let's see here. And attack once, probably going to... Yeah, oh god, it's critical too. So that is going to be more than enough to get rid of Aran Araneth, because that's... Yeah, 50 damage, 59 damage, that's more than she has. So, yeah, once again, the hard encounter has been very much that. It is a hard encounter. Yeah, no, I'm not as worried when the hard encounters don't go for the players. Because, again, this is something to where, like, D&D is supposed to be in a narrative, and when you have something that's just in a combat setting, you can't really do much, because the solution is either they defeat the enemies or they don't. Whereas in D&D, you can get very creative. Like this might be something to where, like, maybe you engage in some diplomacy, or, you know what, here's the thing is, retreating is always an option. So I again, if I was these players and I was coming up against this, and, you know, especially once someone takes a big enough hit that most of their health goes down, I think that's the time to, you know, beat feet and get out of there. But yeah, I think the anomaly today was that easy encounter. That easy encounter felt just a little less hard than this, but a little harder than the medium encounter. And I checked the XP budget, like it matches the XP budget, so I don't really know what to make of that. But again, like, it still seems pretty solid encounter making. Again, do keep in mind, these encounters don't exist in a vacuum. They're meant to be part of a narrative. You're not going to be going into these combats full health all the time. So really, I think for me, it's like, I think I would almost avoid the hard encounters. Unless I think the players have kind of gone, like, off the rails and, like, they're trying to do something really hard, like, intentionally, and that's their choice. Like at this point, like, the NPCs would be warning them, like, no, don't go against the Fire Giant, you're not going to make it. But at the same time, though, it's like, again, like, just to give you an idea, this map is like an entire proper dungeon. So at this point, like, if I had that back there, chances are they might want something else in here. Like, they're probably not going in to fight the Fire Giant. Maybe they're going in to steal something from one of these other rooms, but they don't know the dungeon, and they happened upon the Fire Giant, and they bit off more than they can chew, and if you don't retreat when you bite off more than you can chew, you end up with a TPK. So overall, I'm still very satisfied. I think that easy encounter was probably the most anomalous thing I've seen in this series so far. But it's interesting to look at. I think maybe once I'm done with, like, all, like, levels 1 through 20, I think I might actually change this into, like, almost like a dungeon building thing, like an encounter building thing, like take it and be like, hey, here's something you can put into your campaign. You can change it up, you can, like, change the monsters, but generally, like, here's something that you can put, here's what the XP budget for it is. But we'll see. We have to get through all the level source. But until then, thank you for joining me. As always, I would appreciate it if you guys could like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. And of course, keep doing what makes you awesome. Thank you very much, and goodbye.